Hello boys and girls, I'm Vijay. I realize that many of you have some problems with the correct use of the word borrow and lend. Now before we proceed, let's watch Aufik and Sadiq at school.
Sadiq, my savior. Can you borrow me your calculator?
Do you want to borrow me or my calculator?
Your calculator, of course.
Ask me correctly and I may lend it to you.
Sadiq, can I borrow your calculator, please?
Of course you can borrow my calculator. I'll lend it to you, but make sure you return it after your test.
Okay.
Because I have class.
Sure.
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Now let's look at the conversation again. Now Aufik wanted to borrow a calculator from Sadiq. Now listen to how he asked for it.
Can you borrow me your calculator?
He said, "Can you borrow me your calculator?" Now is that correct? Yes, it's wrong. Borrow. To take and use something that belongs to someone else. So borrow means to take something. She takes some money from her father. She borrows some money from her father. Lend means to give something. Can you give me some money? Can you lend me some money? Boys and girls, remember it is I borrow and you lend. I borrow from you and you lend me. Now one easy way to remember is as follows. The letters I, B and F are closer together in sequence in the letters of the alphabets. And similarly, L, M and Y are nearer to each other in the alphabets. So this will help you to remember it is I borrow and you lend. Now try and complete the following sentences. Can I borrow your handphone? Could you lend me your handphone? Could I borrow your calculator? Could you lend me your calculator? Jasmine asked if she could borrow my camera. Jasmine asked if I could lend her my camera. You may borrow my bike, but do be careful. Should I lend him my football?
Sadiq. Are you going to the football stadium too?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
I don't have any transport. My father has to attend a meeting this afternoon.
No problem. I'm sure my father can send you to the stadium.
Oh, thanks a lot. By the way, my father is free to fetch us after the game.
Thanks, great. I'll let my father know he does not have to come and fetch me then.
You just heard Sadiq and Najib making transport arrangements. Now they use the word send and fetch. However, they are not used correctly. Send is used when you want to send someone or something away. You do not go along with that person or object. You send a letter, you do not go along with it. Similarly, you can say, the teacher sent the monitor to the office. Now the teacher did not go along with the student. So, in the conversation, Najib should have said,
Can you give me a lift to the stadium?
Let's listen to the conversation again.
Sadiq. Are you going to the football stadium too?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
I don't have any transport. My father has to attend a meeting this afternoon.
No problem. I'm sure my father can send you to the stadium.
Oh, thanks a lot. By the way, my father is free to fetch us after the game.
Thanks, great. I'll let my father know he does not have to come and fetch me then.
Fetch is a verb which means to get something, and usually it is an inanimate object. That means it's not a living thing. Remember the nursery rhyme? Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Similarly, you throw a stick and you tell your dog, go fetch. Okay, the dog will run to fetch the stick. So, Najib and Sadiq are very much alike, so no one can use the word fetch. So what should Najib and Sadiq have said?
By the way, my father is free to pick us up after the game.
That's great. I will let my father know he does not have to come and pick me up then.
You use the phrase pick me up. By the way, my father is free to pick us up after the game. That's great. I will tell my father that he does not have to pick me up. I am sure now you have understood when to use the words fetch and when to use the words send. Another confusing pair of words which are often incorrectly used are bring and take. Let's listen to the conversation between Shondi and Lydia to note how to use the words take and bring correctly.
Hey, are you coming to my house tomorrow?
Yeah, why?
By the way, do bring your sister along.
Why, may I ask?
Didn't I tell you? My father said he's going to take us to Sunway Lagoon.
Really? That's great. So what time do I need to be at the house?
I think 10 o'clock would be great.
Do we need to take any food there?
No, we do not need to take any food there. My father will be giving us a treat at McDonald's later.
That's fantastic. See you later then.
Okay.
Bring, it is used for a movement from a further to a nearer place. Bring your book to me. Take, it is used for a movement from a nearer to a further place. He often takes his children to the zoo. Okay, let's try the following exercises to test if you can use take and bring correctly. Take this form to the library. Could you bring me some water? My duty is to take out the rubbish every night. My parents take us to visit our grandparents every month. Can you bring your history notes tonight when you come? Well done. That's all for now, boys and girls. Goodbye till we see you again.